Hello everybody, welcome to Practically Perfect in Every Way. 皆さんこんばんは、こんにちは。Practically Perfect in Every Way へようこそ。Today was a very busy day in the office and I got really tired, but I decided to come over to my partner's place. My partner lives slightly away from me. It's like half an hour on the train compared to what we used to do, long distance between Japan and Scotland. This is nothing, but so I decided to come over for the weekend, and he actually had a plan with his friend, so he left. So I am alone in this flat and I'm loving it. That's one of I think one of my favourite parts about a relationship is that we kind of get to do our own thing, but we get together when we can, and I love that we kind of get to just do our own thing even though when we want to, and we're very happy doing our own thing. I really like that about our relationship. It's very not suffocating. Anyway, so I'm at my partner's place all by myself. I'm gonna run a bath. I'm gonna get in the bath. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna watch Married at First Sight. I'm very excited. But before I start doing that, I decided to record this podcast because there's some things that I had in my head and I wanted to ramble about it. 今日は一日とてもオフィスが忙しくて大変だったんですけど、その後、彼氏さんのお家に来ることにして、彼氏さんは私と同じ町に住んでるわけではないので、電車で30分ぐらいのところに住んでるので、中距離恋愛とも言えないような感じなんですけど、来ることにして、で今日はまずここで週末を過ごすんですけど、今日は彼氏さん、お友達と予定があったので、私は彼氏さんのお家を一人で満喫しながら、彼はお友達と時間を過ごしてます。私それが結構この私たちの関係の中でいいなと思って、別に常に一緒にいなきゃ行動しなきゃっていうのがなくて、普通にここで自由に好きなことする時間もたっぷりあるのがすごいバランスがいいなと思っているんですけど、Anyways, since today is a Friday and it's been a long day for me, I decided to treat myself to a little tub, not a little tub, a big tub actually, of Ben and Jerry's. I got, oh my god, I thought I didn't have a plastic lid. Got the half-baked chocolate vanilla ice creams with brownie pieces and a chunk of chocolate chip cookie dough. How crazy is that? Got a tub of that, and I'm gonna eat this whilst I do this podcast. Oh my god, that is incredible. Wow, and I see a massive piece of brownie. I'm excited. いただきます。そう、今日は金曜日で今週1週間頑張ったし、ということで、ベン&ジェリーズって日本にもあるのかな、あると思うんですけど、このハーフベイクドっていうアイスをコンビニで買ってきました。これチョコとバニラのアイスとにブラウニーが入ってる。うわ、でっかいブラウニー入ってる、本当に。とクッキードーが入ってる。おいしい。私が多分探すのが下手なんですけど、日本ってあんまりクッキードーがなかった気がする。クッキードーってめちゃめちゃ美味しいですね。お菓子作りしてる時とかにお母さんに生で食べちゃダメとか言われながらも、混ぜ混ぜした最後のスプーンとかミキサーについた部分とかもらって食べるのがめちゃめちゃ美味しいじゃないですか。その感覚Anyways, stop rambling. Today, I wanted to talk about a serious problem that I have, that I'm dealing with every single day. And that is that I am a living, breathing, walking, absolutely desperate people pleaser. Yes, I am not ashamed to admit that I am an absolute people pleaser. And so today, I wanted to talk about being a people pleaser and how I deal with it. I am awful at dealing with it, but I'm hoping that by sharing my experience, you feel less alone if you're also a people pleaser like me. And also, if anyone's out there who know how to get over this issue, it would be great if someone can give me good advice. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. 今日は私ピーポープリージングっていうことについてお話をしたくて、日本語であるのかな。日本人は多分結構生まれながらにして高齢の人が多いんじゃないかと思うんですけど、英語で people pleasing って言って people pleaser って言って、どういう人かっていうと、結構尽くす人、こう人のことを気にして自分のことより人のことを優先するタイプの人のことを英語で people pleaser って言うんでしょ。誰かをプリーズする、こう人のために尽くすっていう意味なんですけど、私はそれなんですね。確実に尽くすタイプで、別に恋愛でとかじゃなくて、基本的に性格としてそうなんですよ。こう人と話してて、なんかそれ違うなって思うことがあっても、こう強く言えないし、私あとは例えばなんだろうな、ちょっと嫌だなっていうことがあっても言えないし、あとこれがピーポープリーザーのあれなのかわかんないんですけど、すごく私人の感情に敏感で、この人すごい今気まずいだろうなとか、この人今嫌な思いしてるんだろうなっていうのにすごく敏感で、なので結構友達じゃないですけど、周りにこう気分のアップダウンが激しい人がいると、そういう人の気分を全部こう感じ取っちゃうんですよ。で、感じ取ってどうにかしなきゃって焦り始めちゃう。よくないんですよ。なので今日はそのピーポープリージングについて、日本語でちょっとなんていうのかわかんないんですけど、ちょっと調べておくんですけど、調べておけたらタイトルにちゃんと日本語バージョンも載せよう。とりあえず今はカタカナバージョンでいきますね。今日はそのピーポープリージングについて話そうと思って。I'm recording in a different place now because basically the ice cream was way too good and I had to concentrate. But now I've run myself a bath and I'm in my bath and I thought, why not record here? It might be a bit echoey. We'll see how the audio is, but ちょっと場所を移動しました。さっきアイスが美味しすぎて話が全然集中できなかったので移動して、今お風呂に入ってます。ちょっとエコーがかかってるかもしれないけど大丈夫だったらいいなっていうことで。Anyways, going back to talking about people pleasing, I personally think that, you know, like anything in this world, I definitely developed my people pleasing habits from when I was a kid. There were big things like my experience with bullying that caused my people pleasing. I think when I moved to the UK and then came back to my elementary school, I tried to go back into the friendship group that I had before I left, and a lot of girls picked up on the fact that I was a bit different now, and they kind of didn't let me in, and I think that was really hard for me. I spent a lot of my last couple of years of my primary school just alone, and I think from that experience I tried really hard to kind of bend myself to fit into a mold, so that fit into the people that I used to hang out with, and that's definitely a big part of where my people pleasingness come from. But I also feel like even healthy relationships, like the relationship I have with my parents are absolutely lovely, and I was very lucky to have the parents I have. But even those parents, even the parents I had, they were really proud of me when I did well in school and when I behaved a certain way, and for me, I guess my self-worth started sort of connecting with the praise I got from my parents, and I thought for me to be loved, I need to do well in school, I need to get better marks, I need to behave a certain way, and that's also, I think, where my people pleasingness come from. It took me a while to understand that. I just thought that I was I just thought that the world was a very difficult place to live in, and navigating human relationships was hard. But when you think about it, not necessarily all of it's hard. It's definitely hard, but not all of it. And what was making it hard was my people pleasingness that I developed throughout my life, and that definitely made it harder for me to, not really care about what other people thought and pick up on other people's feelings. 結構どんなこともね、これだと思うんですけど、やっぱり幼少期の経験とかから自分ってすごく成り立ってると思ってて、で、私的には、大きかったのはやっぱりいじめられた経験。イギリスに引っ越して帰ってきた後、もともといた仲良しグループに戻ろうと思ったら全然戻れなくて、やっぱみんな変わったな、この子変わったなっていうことに気づいたのか、仲間外れになっちゃって、なかなかその友達グループにうまく馴染めなくて、でその時に私はどうにかそこに馴染もうと自分を曲げるっていう方向に行って、それがやっぱり今自分のピープルプリージングにつながってるのかなとも思いますし、あとそういう大きな出来事がなくても、私は個人的には親とはすごく仲がいいし、いい関係だと思うんですけど、私は本当にラッキーなことに優しくて理解のある両親の本当に来れたので、でもそれでも私の母と父は私が例えば学校でいい点数を取るとすごく喜んでくれるし、こういう風に行動すると喜んでくれるんだっていうことに気づくと、じゃあもっとそういう風に行動しようっていうようになってて、気づいたら自分が親から愛されるにはこういう風に行動したり、こういう風なことを言ったり、学校でいい点数を取らなきゃみたいな風につながってって、でそれで私の今のこのピープルプリージングが始まったのかなって思います。でちっちゃい頃はピープルプリージングなんて分かんないから、世界ってなんて生きづらい場所なんだろうとか思ってたんですけど、別にそういうわけでも実はなくて、 なんか私がそうやって人のこと気にしすぎちゃうから世界がちょっとめんどくさく感じるだけで、別に世界自体はそんなめんどくさいもんでもないのかとも思ったり。 Yeah, so like I said, I'm definitely a people pleaser, and I think when people talk about people pleasers, they talk about self-worth, because people pleasers don't have self-worth, and that's why they can't stand up for themselves, and they prioritize other people over themselves. And to a certain extent, I think that is true. I wouldn't say that I am 100% absolutely confident in myself. I get very anxious, I overthink things, but don't we all? I think I'm just naturally more sensitive to people's moods and what is happening around me. And yes, to a certain extent, it's definitely something to do with my self-worth. I think I sometimes can have low self-esteem where I feel like, like I'm not good enough, so I need to do this so that people would like me, Definitely my people-pleasingness come from those kind of thoughts. But I also think that people-pleasing is spoken very negatively in this society now, because this society is a very individualistic society where everyone's like, set your boundaries, be your own person, stand up for yourself, I personally think, this is my personal opinion, but I personally think that we're starting to forget what it's like to be part of a society. It's very tricky. I think a balance is required there, where I feel like definitely when I was in Japan, especially in school in Japan, that society, that community feeling was just so like, I don't know, we were pressured to be part of a certain group, and if you're part of a certain group, you were expected to behave a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way, and that definitely was really claustrophobic to me, and it was hard. So I'm not saying that that was healthy, but I also do feel like nowadays people are starting to forget what it is to be a human being and part of a society. A human being who live with others, you know, it's not always about you. Yes, boundaries, great, of course, take care of yourself before you take care of others. You need to fill your cup up before you can, you know, give to others. Obviously, 100%, you should never, ever, ever sacrifice yourself to make other people happy, obviously. But I think that dialogue is kind of going to an extreme recently, where people are just like, you know, love yourself, set boundaries, and I feel like it's starting to become like, you know, obviously people pleasing is thought of in a very, very negative lens, and, you know, wanting to do things for others sometimes are perceived as something weak and negative because you're not prioritizing yourself. And I think that's also not very healthy either. I think as someone who is a member of a society, I am proud that I am so sensitive to other people's moods. I know exactly when people are sad. The people in front of me needs help. People in front of me needs to feel a certain way. People in front of me need space, needs comfort, and my mind just goes into, okay, what can I do to provide that for you? And that is not me sacrificing myself to make them like me, but that is me trying to be kind to other people. And so I don't think people pleasing is not necessarily entirely bad. And am I a proud people pleaser? I don't know, but I can proudly say that I do think that I am trying to be the kindest person I can be every single day. And I think part of that is because I am a people pleaser and I'm so sensitive to what other people are feeling. 結構今の現代社会って個人主義がすごい激しくなってるような気がして、結構みんななんかこう自分を大切にみたいな、人に与える前に自分のコップを満たしてから人にあげようねとか、とにかくこう自分をまず磨く、自分磨きとかね、自己肯定感とか、もちろんそれはとっても大切なことだと思うし、自分を大切に自分に優しくすることはとっても大切だと思うんです。あと私は結構やっぱ日本のこう集団主義みたいなところも結構苦手で、こういうコミュニティにいるんだからみんな同じようにしなきゃいけないみたいな、学校とかで同じ服装しなきゃいけないとか、同じ風に行動しなきゃいけないとかに結構疑問を抱いてた側だったので、そこまでこうねエクストリームにいっちゃうのはもちろん良くないと思うんですけど、でも最近のこの個人主義すぎる感じも私はどうなのかなと思ってて、そういった社会から見るとやっぱりピープルプリージングする人ってそれはねすごくネガティブに捉えられちゃうし、ピープルプリージングやめなさいってこうもっと自己肯定感を上げて、人に尽くさないように、人に尽くす前に自分を大切にしなさいっていうメッセージを結構たくさん流れてくると思うんですけど、もちろんね言ったみたいにこうある程度は正しいと思うんですけど、でもそんなに悪いことなのかなって私はちょっと考えて、なんかこう私確かにすごく人のが思ってることに敏感で、それによって自分がの気持ちとかが変わっちゃったりとかは確かにするんですよ。それがピープルプリーザーだからね。でもそのおかげで私自分で唯一結構誇りに思うのは、胸張って言えるのはこう人が例えば目の前にいる人がすごく今辛い思いをしてるとか悲しい思いをしてるとか、今ちょっとこの人ここにいる居心地が悪いだろうなとか思ったらすぐにそれが分かるんですよ私で。今この人は多分ちょっとスペースが欲しいんだろうなとか、今この人は誰かに話しかけてほしいんだろうなとか、今この人は慰めてほしいかなとか、そういうのがすごくよくわかるので、そういった意味で私はすごく自分で言うのもなんですけど優しい人であれるように毎日一番優しい自分であれるようにって頑張ってるんですけど、でそれは私がそういうことを例えばじゃあ前にいる人が今居心地悪いだろうな、ちょっと一言声かけてあげようかなとか、そうやってやることは別に自分を こう削ってまでやってることじゃなくて、周りの人の気持ちに共感できるからこそ自分がこうできることが見つかるっていうか、それで逆に私はすごくこう誰かの力になれたっていう自己肯定感が上がってる気がするので、決してそうやって人の気持ちに敏感、人が思ってることが分かっちゃうっていうのはそんなに悪いことじゃないんじゃないかなって私は思ってます。なので私みたいなピーポープリーザーの方、尽くしちゃいがちな方、そこまで自分でなんでこういうことしちゃうんだろう、やめられないとか思いすぎないように、その人の心が人の気持ちが分かる力って結構すごい力だと私は思います。で、やっぱ結局人間ってコミュニティの中で生きてるわけだから、そういう人がいるのってすごく大切だと思うし、そういう人がいると世の中ってもうちょっとなんかこう優しい場所になるんじゃないかなとか思ったりね。だからピーポープリージングってそんな悪いことじゃないと私は思います。And lastly, I guess I could do this in another episode just to talk about how not to care about what other people think. Not that I know the answer to that, because I struggle with that a lot. Like I said, I'm very, very, very sensitive to what other people are feeling. So I care about that a lot. But what I would say that helps me with my people pleasingness is obviously number one, to have high self-esteem. Is way easier said than done, but to make sure that you're doing something to someone because you want to help them, because you want to do that for them to make them comfortable, and you're not doing it because you feel like you have to do that so that they like you. Does that make sense? So, just being a bit mindful about, I struggle with this. It's not that I can do this all the time, but whenever I try and do things, I stop and think about, is this something I'm doing because whatever I'm doing, I want this person who's on the receiving side to like me? Or am I doing this because I genuinely want to do this for this person? And I think that being intentional about what you're doing for other people makes a lot of difference, because it's not just about people pleasing this, but it's about like resentment when you do things for other people, but not because you want to, but because you have to. You build up resentment, and that's when being a people pleaser gets really hard, because you're doing things for other people constantly and you feel like you're not spending time for yourself at all, and you just crumble into bits, and that's when it gets bad. So just being intentional about, do I actually want to do this? Am I doing it because I want to do it and I want to be there for this person, or am I doing it because I want this person to like me? I think that helps sometimes. Not that I'm that intentional all the time. And I think another thing is to accept. I accept and proudly announce that I am a people pleaser, and that's okay. And like I said, I think that makes me a very, very, very kind person. It's not anything to be ashamed of. So that's definitely another thing that you can do, which helps with your self-esteem in the end. So full circle, that's something that helps me. And then lastly, which I think is kind of the most important, is to surround yourself with people who understand you but won't take your people-pleasingness for granted. There are just people who are not trying to, but can take absolute advantage of the fact that you're a people pleaser and walk all over you. And some people might say that it's wrong because you're the one who's not setting those boundaries and la la la. Yes, to a certain extent that's true, but also I feel like if you surround yourself with people who doesn't take you for granted, who doesn't take the fact that you're so caring and you care so much about their emotions for granted, you don't get walked all over on. Was that a correct sentence? You don't become a doormat if you don't surround yourself with people who would walk all over you, if that makes sense. I think that's also important too. I think all the people I consider are my friends know that I'm sometimes too nice, and they tell me that. They're like, Rianne, you're being too nice again. Say no if you want to say no. My partner is like that as well. He understands that I am a people pleaser, and sometimes he's like, are you saying yes because you actually mean to say yes, or are you saying yes because you feel like you have to be a nice girlfriend? And having people around you who can ask you that question is so refreshing. So just being a bit intentional and being accepting of who you are. Obviously, trying hard to, if anyone has tips on not how to fix being a people pleaser, do let me know. But whilst you have that people pleasingness, being intentional and being accepting of who you are, and surrounding yourself with people who actually ask you the question, are you doing this because you want to? Are you just being nice? Makes a huge difference, and it made a huge difference in my life, I think. 最後にこの people pleasing との向き合い方っていうことで、私はまだこの性格のね解決策は見つかってません。どうやったらこれが治るのか私にはまだ分からなくて、もしなんかコツとかある人聞いてる中でありましたらぜひ教えてほしいんですけども、私が今この性格とどう向き合ってるかっていうと、私はまず、何かを人のためにするときにできる限りね、必ずできるわけじゃないですけど、ちょっと自分に問いかけてみて、今私ってこれやりたくてやってるのかな、自分がやってあげたくてやってるのか、それともこの人にどう思われるかを心配してやってるのかなっていうことを一回立ち止まって考えてみると、別に私これやりたくなかったけど、この人を怒らせるのが嫌でやろうと思っちゃってたってたまに気づいたりするんですよ。で、別にそれはこうなんて言うんだろう、人がどうのこうのとかじゃなくて、その人が悪いとかじゃなくて、こう後々やっぱ自分がやりたくないことをやってると、こうやっぱりフラストレーションが溜まってきちゃうし、こう相手の人のことを嫌だなって思っちゃったりとかするし、こう、自分の中でいろいろこうモヤモヤが溜まっていくと思うんですよ。自分がやりたくないことやってるから人のために。でそれをやっていくと、このピーポープリージングのこの性格がすごくこう苦になってくると思うんですね。そうじゃなくて、立ち止まって、私これ自分がやりたくてやってるのかな、それとも人にやらなきゃいけなく、もちろん世の中にはね、やらなきゃいけないからやることもあるんですけど、選択肢を選択できるときに、やりたくてやってるのか、やらなきゃいけなくてやってるのかって考えてみて、これやりたくて、この人のこと助けてあげたくて今これやってるんだって分かると、その与えてるエネルギー、自分が与えてるっていうことが苦にならなくて、 このピーポープリージングの生活が苦にならないなって私はなんとなく思ってます。で2つ目は受け止めること。なんかこう私も今ピーポープリージングの直し方を教えてくださいって言ったんですけど、これも私の性格の一部であり、私をこう作り上げるものの一つだから、そんなに否定しなくてもいいのかなと思って、さっきも言ったみたいに私はこうやって周りの人の意見とか気持ちにすごく敏感だからこそ、その代わりすごく優しくなれると思うので、そんなに悪いもんじゃないし、自分のいいところの長所でもあるのかなと思って、そうやってちょっと自分を受け止めてあげると、結果的に自己肯定感が上がったりとかして、こうフルサイクルでね、いいエフェクトがあるんじゃないかなと思って。で最後、私これはすごく大切だと思うんですけど、自分の身の回りにその自分のこのピーポープリージングさを理解してくれる人で固めること。例えば私の彼氏さんはなんかこう、私にお願いとか言ってきた時に、私がいいよ、じゃあそれやってあげるよって言った時とか、例えば今日友達と出かけていいって聞かれて、私がいいよって言った時に一言こう、それは本当にリアンがいいよって思っていいよって言ってる、それともいい彼女になろうとしていいよって言ってるって聞いてくれるんですよ。なんかそういうこう、私が、あとは私のお友達とかも私がたまにこう優しくなりすぎちゃうことをすごく理解してて、リアンはそうやってピーポープリージングなんだから、リアンは優しすぎるんだから、もうちょっと自分のためにこれしなよとか言ってくれる友達がいるんですよ。だからそういう友達がいると、そういう友達とかパートナーとかで周りを固めておくと、誰も私のことをこう、私のその優しさを乱暴に悪用しないんですよね。自分の利益のために悪用したりとかしないんです。だからそれもありなのかなと思って、別に自分を変えなくても、根っから変えなくても、周りの人を優しい人で固めると意外と、自分のこの昔はダメだなと思ってた部分も受け入れやすくなるかなって私はちょっと思いました。 Anyways, I was going to keep this episode really short, but it ended up being quite long. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed the song of the week after this, and I will see you again next week with another video. And all you people pleasers out there, you're all good. I'm sure you're the kindest person on the planet, and I don't think we need to be too hard on our people pleasingness, because that's what makes us unique, that's what makes us us, and that's what makes us really kind. So be kind to yourself and everyone around you. Okay. 今週も聞いてくれてありがとうございました。短めにしようと思ったんですけど、なんだかんだ長めですが、この後の Song of the Week も楽しんでいただければと思います。ピーポープリーザーの方々、悪いことじゃないですよ。ピーポープリーザーなのもいいんですよ。それがね、私たちをユニークにする個性だから。それのおかげで私たち多分めちゃくちゃ優しいんで本当優しいんでなので、誇り持って胸張って生きていきましょう。ということで、また来週もお会いしましょう。バイバイ。So today I'll be singing Boys of Summer by Don Henley. Okay. 今日はBoys of Summer っていうドン・ヘイリーさんの曲を歌いたいと思います。 why am I singing this song? Is there a cool or pretty backstory behind why I'm singing this song? Nope. I just heard this song at a pub the other day when I was hanging out with my friends, and I thought it was fun, and I thought I came up with a little, nice way to twist it around, make it a little bit folky and soft. So I decided to sing it. この歌を歌う理由が特にあるかと言われればなくて、素敵な話があるわけでもないのですが、この前パブにいた時に、パブっていうのはイギリスの居酒屋さんみたいなところなんですけど、友達といた時にすごい流れてて、この曲そういえばいい曲だなと思って、男性が歌うちょっと強めな曲に聞こえるんですけど、オリジナルは女子が歌ってもうちょっとソフトにしたらいい感じになるかなと思ったので歌ってみます。 I hope you enjoy. Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air. The summer's out of reach. Empty lake and empty streets. The sun goes down alone. I'm driving by your house, though I know you're not home. But I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. Got your hair come back and sunglasses on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. Nights, I wonder if it was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy. Remember how I made you scream. And now I don't understand what happened to our life. But baby, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. I see you walking real slow and smiling to everyone. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. So I did it, sticker on a Cadillac. A little voice inside my head say, don't look back, you can never look back. I thought I knew what love was, what did I know? Those days are gone forever, I should just let them go. But I can see you, your love's gonna shine in the sun. You got the top pulled down and radio on, baby. I can tell